Hi, my name is Aurora Cruz, and this is my portfolio presentation for ECFS 337. This is Junie. She lives in Danville, Illinois with her family. She is 7 years old. Her favorite things are dancing, swimming, jumping on a trampoline. She's the youngest of 4 children. She has 2 brothers who are in college and a sister who is a junior in high school, so she's like the way youngest. Her mom calls her the best surprise. Her favorite foods are spaghetti, meatballs, and pepperoni pizza. Her favorite color is pink, and she wants to be a preschool teacher just like her mom when she grows up. The 4 types of development that were assessed were physical, cognitive, social, and language. For her physical development and the gross motor skill in the area of catching, Junie was assessed on her ability to catch a ball by judging trajectory. According to McAfee and Leong, a child at the age of 7 should be able to judge trajectory fairly well by following the object's path and positioning self under the object. Junie was asked if she wanted to play a game of catch in her backyard. She was told that sometimes the ball might go in front of her, behind her, or beside her, so she had to watch it. I threw the ball about 12 times at different heights, 6 times at chest level and 6 times above her head. She caught the ball all 6 times at chest level and 4 out of the 6 times above her head, but she tried really hard every single time. So she had no difficulties doing this skill, and therefore she met the physical developmental milestone. I took the recording method I used was a photograph, and as you can see, Junie is trying really hard to catch the ball. She did a good job moving her whole body to intervene where the ball was going. The next area of assessment was cognitive development in the area of symbolic thought. Junie was assessed on her ability to make and interpret a graph with help. According to McAfee and Leong, they state that a 7-year-old child should be able to use a graph to symbolize numbers by making and interpreting the graph with help. Junie was given paper with lines and buttons that were previously sorted by color. There was 4 different color groups. She was asked to count each color group of buttons and draw something that could tell me how many were in each group. After she counted the first group, she said that she wanted to draw a rectangle. Junie could answer simple questions I asked about the graph, such as what color a button has the most and what color a button has the least. So she met this developmental milestone by being able to make and tell me what each part of the graph represented. The recording method I used, I took a photograph of the graph we made. When Junie counted the green buttons, she noted that green was going to be tall because green had the most in its group. And as you can see, she graphed each bar according to the number of buttons that she counted. So she did a good job. The next area I assessed was language development in the area of grammar. Junie was assessed on her ability to use grammar consciously and describe why something is or is not correct. Junie was told that she would hear several sentences. Some of them would sound just right, and some might sound like there's a mistake. She needed to listen and tell me if it was wrong and what was wrong about it. She performed typical for her age, and it was determined that the milestone for this assessment was met. Here are some of the sample sentences that we did. When I said he run to the park, she said it should be runs because he's just one person. The next one was I eated my lunch. She said that's wrong. It's I ate my lunch. When I asked her why it was wrong, she looked at me kind of funny and said it's because we don't say eated. The next sentence was the cat drink milk. She said, no, the cat drinks milk. When I asked her why that one was wrong, she said, cat is just one, so you put an S. So for my checklist, I put that she does identify incorrect grammar, that she does correct the sentence accordingly, and she does explain why, but she does not use grammar terms and explanations. So she doesn't use the formal terms like verb or plural. She used like you put an S or he's just one. For social development in the area of self-concept, according to McAfee and Leong, a 7-year-old should be able to describe self in terms of increasingly complex combinations, characteristics, and terms of psychological and emotional dispositions. Junie was asked questions that were all about her, such as what are you good at? What do you like to do? How are you the same as your friends? How are you different? She was assessed on her ability to include physical, psychological, social, and emotional traits, as well as combining different or multiple traits together. Junie is typical for her age and development and met the milestone. Here's a checklist of her description of self. She did mention physical traits. When I asked her about herself, she said that she is tan, has tan skin because she's Mexican. Her abilities and skills, when I asked her what was something she was good at, she said that she had the most accelerated reader points in first grade, so she's good at reading. What is something she likes to do? She likes to dance and swim. For psychological traits, when I asked her how and her friends are the same, she said, we're all nice. And when I asked her what makes her nice, she said, I'm nice because I like to help people and be their friend, but sometimes I'm shy. And when I asked her what makes her different than her friends, she said that their names are different. And when I asked her what else makes them different, and she said, well, some play softball and I don't. And I have a pool and they don't. So for physical, this is my summary. For physical development, Junie performed typical for her age. She was able to catch a ball that was thrown from different distances and heights. And she was able to watch the ball with her eyes and move her arms and body to intervene. For cognitive development, she performed typical of her age. She was able to make a simple bar graph, and she was able to tell me what each bar represented. The summary for language and social. For language and development, she performed typical of age. She was able to tell me if a sentence was correct or incorrect, but she did struggle to use terms like verbs and nouns. For social development, she performed typical of age. She could describe herself in terms of complex characteristics, and she used physical, psychological, and social characteristics. Thank you for watching.